Hi, I'm Aziz, Director of Organization and Employee Development, here to share with you what the employee's experience will look like as they complete the mid-year check-in. This is a brand new part of our performance management process that's designed all around having a conversation with your manager to ensure that you're on track for end-of-year success. And so, as we take a look at an employee example of what they'll see along this way, you'll get into Cornerstone through Academica, and you'll be brought to a landing page that has a Your Task area at the bottom right. We're going to click on the Complete Mid-Year Check-In phrase. And as we do, we're going to see a page that looks much like our experience when we were putting goals in at the start of the year. We have a menu off to the left indicating that there's just a few pages we're going to be putting some input into. And at the bottom, we'll see that there's 3 steps in this process. 1, as an employee, I begin the process by putting in my updates and my indicator if I'm on track or not for end of year success on each of my performance goals, talking about my living of the Wayne State values and my progress on learning and development. My manager will then get an email indicating that it's ready for their input, and that individual will also put in notes and comments about progress and whether or not they feel that we're on track for end of year success. And we'll have a conversation. And at that point, you'll be able to go in and acknowledge that you've seen your manager's feedback and maybe had a conversation as well. And so let's go ahead and get started with the green button in the bottom right. And as we do, we'll see that for the performance goal check-in, we have an opportunity for all approved goals to go in and just provide an indicator. Do I feel that I'm on track for end of year success? Has that goal been actually completed? Is it running a little behind schedule? And perhaps we can have a conversation about ways to accelerate progress. Or am I at risk? Because something's occurred that's preventing me from being completely successful and timely on it. And having a discussion about those barriers with my manager would be helpful. And so I clicked the green arrow or green question mark to see the definitions of those indicators. And I have an opportunity to select one. What if I say, okay, I'm on track, but notice that my progress says 0. And my manager might say, did you intend all along to maybe not start that goal until the second half of our performance year? I buy it. Or is this something that I should have been doing all along? It's a monthly budget, and maybe I should see some progress there to justify the fact that I'm on track. If I have not gone in throughout the year to update my my performance goals once they were approved, I have an opportunity to do so here at this drop-down arrow. I can go to the Manage Goals area, and I have an opportunity to say, you know what? I've been doing this all along every month. I'm halfway through the performance year. I'm 50% of my completion of this work. I could even attach some example budget reports if I wish by clicking on the Choose File icon to upload from my computer. I could add comments if I wish to say, I've enjoyed completing these monthly budgets and really using some of the new Excel skills that I've been learning along the way. Or I've received great feedback from those individuals that I send these reports to. And so I feel that my progress has been going nicely. I could put whatever comments I wish in here and click Add. But for me, I'm just going to use the sliding scale progress bar to say I'm 50% of the way done on this goal. And I click Done. Now, when I say on track, I feel like it justifies my indicator. I could add comments again here if I wish, and I'm going to click Save and Continue. I'm so sorry. Let me go back to performance goals for just a moment. What would happen if you say, I know I have approved goals. At the start of the year, I put some goals in, my manager and I spoke about them, my manager approved them, but I don't see anything in this location. It just ended with this paragraph here with white space. My recommendation, if that's your situation, is to go back in and look at your start and due date for that performance goal that's been approved. It may be outside the performance year, and if that's the case, it won't auto-populate. And so our performance year is October 1 through September 30. If this goal was perhaps before that, let's just say it was, I mistakenly typed 2021 instead of 2022 on the start and due date of this goal, I have an opportunity to go up to the navigation menu of the 3 horizontal lines, go into performance, goals, and look for my approved goals down here. I could go back to the previous period. I could really broaden the date range here and say, I suspect that it was last year through this year, and I would have an opportunity to see the goals listed and to edit them here and to change that date range. If I were to edit a goal and change its date range, I would modify these 2 dates and hit submit. And that would require then my manager to approve that resubmitted goal before I see it auto-populate into the mid-year check-in. Thanks for allowing that diversion. So we're looking at the mid-year check-in process for this example Wayne State employee. We indicate if we're on track or not for end-of-year success on all approved goals, and then we save and continue to move into the values page, because we know with this new process that how we do our work matters as much as what we accomplish. I could skim the Wayne State values and behaviors, and then I have an opportunity to say, I believe my behaviors have been aligned with those Wayne State values or not. And I could check the definition of them by clicking on the green question mark. And I see that consistently my behaviors have been aligned if I select this indicator. And it does require me to put in an example or some discussion here in the comments. And so I know it's required because this red asterisk is here. And I will put in, I believe in completing the monthly budget reports. It's been a great opportunity for me to live our value of collaboration. Because in looking at these monthly budget reports, I may have partnered with my business affairs officer. I may have partnered with members within the unit to interpret them, ensure that they were given exactly what they needed to make decisions. And so I could give those kinds of examples here in this particular comment box. And then I'm going to hit save and continue. And I'm brought to the learning goals that I had originally set for the start of the performance year. Now, I know I set some learning goals around learning Excel, but guess what? I don't see them listed here. I am just kind of brought to some open boxes. It's asking me to recall the goals that I've set for learning and just to talk about those that I've taken some actions on and what I've done as I've begun to apply that new knowledge or skill. What would happen if you don't remember what your learning goals are? Well, you could go back to last year's annual performance plan that was approved by clicking on these 3 horizontal lines. And when I click on them, I can be going to schedule a task under welcome. And I'm going to click show completed and expired. And here I'm going to say, okay, I know this was an annual performance plan. that's completed, I could simply hop over to professional development, where I would see that I actually wrote, I'd like to stay abreast of Excel to more efficiently complete reports, and that I would use Accelerate. And my manager recommended that I perhaps reach out to our BAO for advice on learning options as well. And so now that I've read that, I'll click on the Wayne State logo to be brought to my home page. And I'm going to go back into the mid-year check-in, pick right up on professional development by selecting that from the menu. And I have an opportunity on this page to say, I set out to learn more about Excel, and I completed Accelerate e-learning courses entitled blah, blah, which helped me to be able to do this better or differently on those monthly budget reports. And if I look ahead with my manager, would some additional support be helpful on this topic? Perhaps, and I have an opportunity to talk about that here. And when we have our conversation, we'll be able to talk a little bit more about my request for help there. I'm going to hit save and continue. And here I'm brought to career development. And we knew this was optional on the performance goal setting period. I can, again, review what I originally wrote if I wish to recall my memory on this topic. I know in this case, this individual was hoping to consider cross-training with their unit colleagues to learn other aspects of the team's work. And I might say that that was my original goal, and we did do that. And it actually helped me to see that this is something that I'm learning is an interest as well that I'd like to check out next. And so I can type whatever I wish here or not and hit save and continue. This is the kind of bottom line page, and it's really asking on a red, yellow, green progress indicator, when you think about your values, your learning, and your performance goal achievements in total, to what degree do you feel on track for end of year success? I may say green, I feel on track. And I can click the green question mark for a little bit of an explanation on that or a definition. And we know with this red asterisk that there is text that is required in this comment box that would help to provide a little more information about why I selected that progress indicator. And here I'll say, I selected this progress indicator because I'm happy with the achievements and the feedback that I've been receiving about this performance goal and the learning that helped me to do it even better. And I'm excited about the impact that it's having on our team's ability to manage our resources or whatever. So I can type my comments and then I'll hit submit. And when I hit submit here, it will ask me, are you sure you want to hit submit? Because once you do, you will not be able to edit it any further. And I can say, sure, and click submit, and I'll be done. Or I might say, you know what, let me think about it for a moment. I'm going to come back with fresh eyes, maybe edit it, and then resubmit it. And I could hit save and exit here. Once you hit submit, and say, I'm sure about it, it will bring you to an acknowledgement page after your manager provides feedback. And so these are the steps in the mid-year check-in. I'm just providing updates on my goals and a sense that I feel that I'm on track or not for end of year success, because we don't want to be surprised at the end of the performance year that our manager thought that we should have been doing all these things and we thought we were being successful because we were doing these things. It's a great opportunity halfway through the year to just be on the same page and have a great conversation and celebrate the achievements that you have already made. If you have questions about the mid-year check-in, please don't hesitate to reach out to your HR consultant or anyone on the OED team, including myself. Thank you so much for all that you do for our campus community.